But first of all, I quite like the blow your budget story, mainly because there are some. I put them up there as grail cards of mine that I've purchased in the past. That when I was buying them, I was so nervous about the budget. I was like, this is going to be going over my card budget. Do I really want to do this? And these are both online, so I'm with my phone, just kind of holding it up, pacing back and forth, and putting in my top bid, and hoping that it doesn't get outbid. And when it does, I'm like, am I going to be able to find this card again? It just when you were telling me that story, that those questions just came into my mind straight away, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to. And to be fair to myself, I've never seen the two cards that I've purchased that I spent well over my budget for, and I got them, and I've never seen them again come up online for sale. And in fact, the only time I have is when there was a guy who owned 2 copies of the card that I have. He contacted me via private message, and he said, look, I just wanted to let you know that I just sold one of the 2 cards that I have. And he told me the price, and it was $1,000 more than I had paid for it. So I was like,
nice. Yes.
And I didn't even need that validation beforehand. But sometimes you just know that you got to have the card. Yeah. Obviously, there's going to be a limit, but you're willing to kind of go, all right, I'm going to have to sell a few cards to get back this card later on. And that's what I'm going to do. And I have done that for those 2 cards. And I assume that's what you're doing right now, going, I bought this $400 card. Now I'm going to have to be looking through my PC. Maybe it's some Barry cards that I can move on now because I'm going to be making money off them with sales. But I think all in all, from the sounds of things and the way that your tone is, I can hear the same tone with myself in the past going, damn, I've made a good choice with that one. Even though you're kind of almost cringing at how expensive it is. At the end of the day, you know that was a great purchase and you're not going to have that chance again. And I'm glad that you had that voice in your ear, your friend going, they're saying, kind of come around anytime soon, because you need that. And often John's been my voice going, man, you got to go for that card, mate. You're not going to get that one anytime soon. And so often those sorts of cards, when they've come up for auction online, I've talked to John about it, and he's like, does that card come up very often? I'm like, look, I've never seen this one before, dude. He's like, well, you're going to have to get ready to pay for it. And so I do, and I've never regretted those sales so far.